So you guys, I decided to go ahead and do the perfume giveaway after I do this chit chat video. So if you guys are part of Purple Gang, you guys follow me and you want to know who won the giveaway, definitely stay tuned for that. We're gonna do that at the end of the chit chat video. So I really wasn't going to do another live today, but there's something. I was watching a reaction channel that I watch all the time, and they were reacting to the live that I saw with, I guess it was Carmen's, I don't know, people said it was her manager at first. It turns out it's her manager's friend. I guess her name's Kat. And so people were watching it, and everyone had their comments. Some exposed too much of Carmen's personal business. Some people feel like, she did the things that she did for Carmen because she had an ulterior motive. Some people felt like, she did it out of the kindness of her heart. Everybody has their own opinion about her motives, why she did what she did, why she, exposed as much as she did. Um, and I just kind of want to give my feedback on that. So first of all, I just wanted to say that I don't think I don't think in the beginning, when she initially did the things that she did, there was any ulterior or nefarious motive or reason for doing it. I think she did it because she felt bad for the situation that Carmen was in. And I think that's why she initially did what she did. I don't think that she started out with the intent to have to share any of this information. So that's where I'm gonna leave that. I just wanted to get that out of the way because that's one of the main narratives that's kind of floating out there. Second of all, I wanted to talk about people who are chronically empaths. Like, I'm an empath. It's something that I work on. Discernment helps you with that a lot, so who to become involved in and all that stuff, right? So sometimes when people are helpers or problem solvers, or fix it type of people, they tend to jump in feet first, right? Because they want to help. They want you to know that they care. They want to fix the problems for you because, like she said initially in the video I was watching, when she said, like, she said Carmen was at her house and she would see how upset she was, how stressed she was, the situation that she was in. She was crying all the time. She just wasn't able to function in a normal, healthy way because she had so much weighing on her. And that made her feel bad, obviously, because she's an empath. It also made her want to fix it. So she decided to take it upon herself, as she said out of her own mouth. She decided to go ahead and do these things. Right. So I'm going to give you guys just a little quick background story because I always say, I only react to things that I can have a personal connection with. And I don't just do things because everybody's talking about it. Oh my God. Like, I have to be able to give some perspective, my own personal experience. I have to be able to have a correlation. I don't just, react to whatever. Um, when I was younger, I had a friend in high school who got pregnant, right? She got pregnant. Of course, her mother freaked out, wanted nothing to do with her. She got kicked out. It was a West Indian household. If you have a West Indian background, then you know the islands, they don't play that. So it was like, oh, you're pregnant, or you think you're a big woman, get out. So she moved in, with her boyfriend, and this was fairly like a new thing back then. You didn't like people didn't just move out of their homes and move in with their boyfriends. Like, you were getting kicked out. If you got kicked out, then if your boyfriend's mom was really nice, she'd let you come and stay with them. Or if she was just after some of your check, she'd let you come and stay with them. It was that type of situation. So anyway, she moves in with the guy and his mother and his family, whatever. And we became really cool because she was pregnant, so she was kind of like an outcast. And me being an empath, I wanted to make her feel better. People were talking about her at school and stuff like that. So we started hanging out. She would come over to my house, blah blah blah. Every holiday, excuse me, every holiday, like in January, we usually get sent off to different relatives for the month because our parents went on their yearly cruise. They would go on a cruise for a month. So we would be separated. We would be sent to our aunts. One would go there, one would go there. And she was having a baby shower. She was having a baby shower, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to go because, again, my parents are super strict. My family don't play that. You're not going nowhere. If I leave you here, you stay here. I don't want to hear that you're over there. So I wasn't able to go. But what I did do was that year, I took all the money I saved up for Christmas and we went baby shopping. So this is like in the 90s, right? When people went to Kmart and people went to Zellers and stuff like that. It wasn't people went to Honest Ed's. If you're in Canada, it was like a huge discount store. So we went and bought like a whole bunch of stuff, like baby bottles, wipes, Pampers, onesies, bath stuff, shampoo, all this stuff. Like I had like the biggest bag, the gift bag for her shower, and I wasn't even gonna be there, right? um so I did all of this for her, trying to be a good friend. We fast forward a couple years later, right? I'm going through my teenage, rebellious, and my mother's like, not having it, get out. We're planning to move out anyway, but it got sped up because we had like an altercation, and she was like, get out. So, I was kind of like, oh my God, what am I going to do? The same friend that I had befriended in high school, she was like, you can come move in with us, me and my baby father, whatever. By then, they had moved. I said, sure, okay. I was so happy because I didn't have any idea where I was going to go. I'm 17, right? I move in with them. Fast forward, the same friend that I helped, did all this stuff for, moved in with her, helped her pay her rent, all this other stuff with my boyfriend that I've also known since I was like 12 or 13, right? We started dating when I was like 14, going into high school. So this was a hurt that ran so deep. It was almost running to make sure I was okay because it was such a deep hurt that it hurt my parents because he used to come to her house. He was my brother's friend. It was just a lot. And she went there. There was no boundaries. Like she didn't think, oh, this was my one good friend. Let me not do her like that. Nah, she went ahead and slept with him out of jealousy, right? Because he was working back then. He was like, we would buy each other little trinkets, jewelry, things of that nature. I had money. He had money. It was that type of jealousy. Um, that before I would have never thought possible. Now I know better. Obviously, my 40s, I know way better, right? Never move in with nobody and their boyfriend, number one. Never move in with anybody, period, if you can help it. Um, you know, so that's, these are different things that you learn along the way. But I said all of this to say, like, expectations is what gets people into problems, right? I expected her to not do me dirty because I was there for her, I cared about her and I thought we were friends. That didn't stop her from sleeping with my boyfriend, right? All of that went out the window. And it was so funny because she was so narcissistic. Her guilty conscience turned it into some type of I did something to her when you're the one sleeping with my boyfriend. You see how that works? So that was crazy. Again, in this situation, I feel that Carmen's friend felt betrayed by her because she didn't come out immediately and defend her. She expected her to do at least that. And, it depends on how you look at it. The way I look at it in my grown up eyes and experience is you cannot have expectations for other people to be like you. Just because you would do it doesn't mean other people would think to do it because it's not something that they would do. That's number one. Number two, the reality of the situation is Carmen is trying to stay low key. You understand? She's trying to stay out the way. She's trying to stay off them social media. She's trying to like be visible but not visible. She's just trying to have as much normalcy as she can in her life because her life behind the camera is really hectic. There's a lot going on. So, of course, maybe she's looking at it like she's trying to stay out of it, hope it dies down, right? Which has been her approach to a lot of things. It's not just this situation, so people need to remember that, right? she pretty much does that with most situations. She tries to stay out of it. She tries to stay out the way. She just hopes that it dies down over time and people move on to the next story, because she doesn't want to be out here splashed up all over social media with all of this negativity, negativity, negativity. It's not good for her image. And everybody knows that Carmen is working on whatever she's working on. So none of this is surprising. But to the person, they felt betrayed. They interpret her silence, her not saying anything, her trying not to, feed more into the internet, because she knows, if it's one person who knows how the internet can be, it's Carmen. The more you give is the more they create. The more narratives you, the more information you put out, the more narratives it creates, right? And it just keeps going, and it just keeps going. It will never stop if you don't stop. So she tries the don't say anything approach and let it die down. Unfortunately, this person allowed Corey to get in her head. She didn't understand what he was doing, right? She allowed him to use her. Narcissists do that. Yeah, they call them flying monkeys. They use people around you to attack you, passive aggressively or aggressively, right? So she allowed him to taunt her, to provoke her on social media, and she lashed out, right? All that hurt that she felt towards Carmen not saying anything and everything, she just allowed him to twist all of that up. And now here she is giving him more ammunition, right? He jumped all over it. He couldn't wait to talk about, sometimes people get tired and blah, 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 blah. Like, he just went on and on and on. Like, of course he would. He uses people in Carmen's life to attack her. Whatever information he can find out, whatever, because he understands he understands human nature, and he knows how to work the internet. So now he's come out, because she's add fuel to the fire. So now he's come out and basically he's having a field day with it. Another person in your life that I was able to get to, showing Carmen once again that he's in control. Do you understand? While he's off in Dubai, I just recently saw a video on my timeline talking about She's the One. He's the thumbnail is him and the assistant. So, Corey is never far from any of this stuff. It's what he likes. He likes to sit back and watch everything implode. And he likes to remind Carmen that she is very much touchable. he likes to do that. That's a form of control. So unfortunately, I don't think this friendship is gonna survive this. Way too much information has been put out. There's something else I want to say. Like I said before, I think I did mention it, right? Don't do things for people with expectations. Even if you feel within yourself there should be, because it's morally right. Remember, not everybody thinks the way you do. Not everybody's situation is the same as yours. If you're going to intervene in a situation such as Carmen's, you should understand that anonymity or staying out the way or doing things and not talking about it is part of how she protects herself from these type of attacks that are now going to come following this outburst, right? And as sad as it may be to say, a lot of people don't like to hear this either. As sad as it is to say, I had a narcissist tell me something very wise. Sometimes God uses people that are meant to do you evil to teach you something, right? I had a narcissist say to me, well, I never asked you to help me. And it felt like somebody reached in my heart and ripped it out, right? Because in the moment, it felt like you were very reciprocal to the help, right? But when you look back on it, they really didn't ask me to help, right? I offered. I did it. There were times where I did it because I knew they needed it, and I knew that they're prideful and they wouldn't ask for it. But that's on me, though. But you have to be mature enough to understand that. You have to get past the pride and the hurt to learn the lesson in that. Leave people's business alone. And if you are going to help, because some people are just good people and they're going to help no matter what, there's always going to be one person you heard jumped in without thinking about their own safety to save somebody else. That's just human nature. There are sections of the population that just is, that's how we are. However, you have to learn that you do things without expectations. If you get something in return, it's a bonus. If you don't, you just don't. You didn't expect anything anyway. But you cannot hold people to the same type of standards as you hold yourself. You cannot have expectations when doing things that other people perceive as you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart, that you're just doing it with no expectations. If you expect something in return, say it. If you don't expect anything in return, you don't say it. Be very clear when you're offering help to people. Don't assume that people can read your mind. And don't assume that people just don't know if you don't say. Not everybody's thinking the way you're thinking. So I feel like a lot of this was not ill-intended. Of course, it's been twisted now. Corey's kind of spun the narrative, and it's back and forth, and here we go again, right? Um, but initially, I don't think it was meant to be this, but unfortunately, it has arrived at this spot, and not everybody understands when they're being played. Not everybody understands when they're being manipulated or used for nefarious purposes. And they are so clouded by their own hurt and their own feeling of, being mistreated or being taken advantage of, or whatever the case may be, that they don't really see the puppet master behind the curtain pulling the strings, right? So unfortunately, what was meant to be a whole let me clear my name situation has turned into more ammunition for Corey to attack Carmen's character. But like I said, once again, and I'm going to say it again before I get off of here. Once again, for anybody who is familiar with Carmen's situation, understands the importance of not being in the spotlight, not being up front page, that low key is the way to live, and it's very purposeful, right? So if you're entering into these type of situations, you cannot have that same type of mindset, right? You have to understand that, sometimes people are not able to do certain things. So there's a lot going on. It's a lot to unpack. But I think I basically made my point, right? Both people are valid in how they feel. However, there is a lesson in every experience. And the lesson here is, like I said, expectations. You have to temper your expectations when you deal with other people. I've had to learn this lesson as a Virgo. I can be overly critical. I can be overly judgmental of other people if I feel they're not behaving in a way that I see fit. So I had to kind of check that ego. And not because I feel I'm doing anything wrong. It's because I feel that that's the best for my mental health. Learning to understand that everybody functions differently and not everybody is me. So just because I would do it don't mean that they would do it. And learning that, accepting that, and keeping it pushing is the best way to be. Don't get involved if you don't understand these things. And that's it. So, thank you guys so much for listening. If you made it to the end of the video, shout out to my purple gang. We're gonna go ahead and get into the perfume giveaway, because the last video I made for Vlogmas, the perfume unboxing, you guys were suggesting that we do a perfume giveaway, and I thought, that's a great idea. It's quick and it's easy. So it's gonna be a local giveaway strictly for my Purple Gang members. For those of you in you know, Canadian shipping, because I'm excited. The post is back up and running. I don't know if yes, I think I did a video on that. Canada Post is back up. So we'll definitely be able to ship out your prize. We will be shipping it out after Christmas. Unfortunately, we're super busy. It is the holidays. Christmas is like in a couple days. But we will be sending it out right after Christmas. It will be like after Boxing Day because the post will be up and running again. So I want to find the video because I pinned it. I picked my winner really quickly, and just gonna go into the video, and I'm gonna pick the winner. I appreciate you guys so much. So shout out to you. I'm going to message me on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, message me on Instagram, or I'm gonna leave the Instagram under this video, the perfume haul video, so you can go ahead and message me, or you can get the link in the bio on my channel. Message me over there, and we'll go ahead and set up that information that we need to send you your prize. Second winner is going to be Kumoy GC7H. Shout out to you. Thank you for always supporting. I appreciate you guys so much. You're going to be our second perfume giveaway winner. Shout out to you. Thank you for all your support. We appreciate you guys so much. It is the holidays, and we definitely wanted to give back to you guys, show our appreciation like always. So shout out to our two winners, Jenny and Kumoy. I'm going to make a community post. You guys can go over there if you follow us, and congratulate them on their prize and being our winners and all that good stuff. Happy holidays again to everyone. Hope you guys are blessed with your family and friends. Hope everyone's enjoying their holidays. Hope everyone is enjoying their downtime. Hope everyone is super grateful and, showing their gratitude. We're all here. We've made it to the end of the year. Knock on wood, of course. And yeah, I just wish everyone the best for the holidays. So stay up and stay blessed. Deuces.